Welcome back, everybody. It's your host, your boy, Sega Man, back with the Xbox Alpha podcast. And it's me and Tuck right now. I invited some of the other brothers from the Exile. You know what I'm saying? The Exile podcast. Unlimited, what's up, man? I sent you a link, brother. If you can join and just want to rock out with us just for a little bit, I sent you a link on Facebook, brother. So if you want to come in and rock out with us, man, and talk some gaming, bro. If you have time, I sent you a link, brother. So just let me know if you want to come in, man. But I got my brother Tuck with me. What's up, Tuck, man? How is your Sunday evening going? Happy holidays to everybody. Introduce yourself.
Let me tell you right now, my weekend's going real good. It's just, I think it's just unbelievable how you just blessed all over the place.
Yeah.
And I am blessed. I'm blessed to have a wife. I'm blessed to have my kids, and I'm blessed to have a good group of friends that I can talk to every Sunday on the podcast and everything and all that good stuff. So everything just groovy on this end, man.
Yeah. And guess what, brother? We got our brother Unlimited Productions in the house to join the Alpha and rock out with us, man, and talk some gaming, especially what's been going on lately, man. What's up, Unlimited? What's going on, brother?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Just having a nice chill Sunday, and so I'm glad to join y'all.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, bro. Thank you for coming, man. So
yeah.
Unlimited and Tuck, man. We're just gonna there's no actual like topics, bro. Like, let's just recap and talk about like all the great games that we've been playing. The games we've seen on the Bias Awards, the new trailers that came out. We did a great podcast with our brother Hebon on We Got Next. Late at night, it was me, Unlimited, E-Rock, all of us there. We did a great podcast with that, man. That was really good, man. And they were lighting it up. The chat was lighting it up. E-Rock, Unlimited, man, they were on fire, bro. So, Tuck, since you weren't on there with us, man, and then Unlimited can go, what did you think about the give your honest opinion about, I call it the Bias Awards. What did you think about the Bias Awards, man, and what they shown there on that show? What did you think about it, bro?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I really didn't see that much of the show because because the reason why I didn't, because I thought it was going to be really so damn biased that, it was going to be pitiful. But the thing about it is, I didn't see it live, but I did see it. I did go back and see it that Sunday, before I went to work.
Yeah.
And and I was so glad to see
what's up,
certain things happen. People was kind of happy to see what was going on with the awards and everything and all that stuff. So, but to me, it was just to me, it's still biased, but Jeff Keighley got his back against the wall, and he couldn't do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, and
I'm glad he didn't get a chance to either, because I know he wanted to, but I'm just glad somebody finally called. I'm just glad to see somebody finally call him out on that crap that he pulled in for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, but with all that said, I enjoyed all the trailers. I enjoyed the trailers. I enjoyed all the Xbox games that's about to come out. And I'm not even going to talk about that Sony Sony PlayStation and what they try to do. I don't, y'all know how I feel about Sony, and I don't like what I'm seeing. They don't give people what they want, and that's it.
All right, man. And we got our brother ODT Reaper is in the building. What's up, Reaper? What's going on, man? I want to tell you something, man. I'm proud to tell you this, T. I beat Halo Infinite in 2 days, brother. Now, what am I ranked, man? I beat it, man. I beat it in 2 days, man. I beat Halo Infinite, brother. So what? So can I get my props, man? I can't beat it as fast as you can, but I beat it in 2 days, brother. I was so immersed in the story, bro. I had to keep going. I even took off Friday.
My props to 343 Industries for making Legendary that hard for me to de-rank my difficulty, but I love the story nonetheless. So it was awesome.
What's up, 100? Oh, T. I didn't beat on Legendary though, man. I don't know.
I didn't either, but I'm just saying that I tried it at first.
Yeah, I don't know if I might need some. Can you play that co-op, right?
No, you can't play it co-op right now.
Oh, damn! I can't. I don't even think I'm going to try, man. I think I'll get my ass handed to me.
You play it on right now. You have to do it single player only. So just deal with it.
Oh man, no! I ain't doing it, man. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I probably won't even get past the first board, bro. I beat it on normal, man. I don't know about that Legendary. Don't whip your ass in Legendary. You know what I mean?
Nah, I tried the first 2 levels on Legendary, and then I deranked it to easy, and then I was done within the full day.
Wow.
So
you just
I still beat it faster than God of War, everybody. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
So we got our brother T Reaper on here, and I want to introduce my other exile brother, Unlimited Productions, man. He has came to join us, man, and go check out his channel. He does some fire content, some dope videos and everything, man. My brother Unlimited with the Unlimited Truth podcast, man. I'm very happy to have him here, and I want to ask Unlimited the same question too. Unlimited, from what you've seen of the Bias Awards, and we went through it somewhat on Hebots. We got next, but what did you really, honestly, in your honest opinion, Unlimited, what did you think about the awards and the games, bro? What did you get from the awards, man? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it, but it's all about the trailers and gameplay reveal for me when it comes to that game. Excuse me, when it comes to the Game Awards, that's all I care about. So what award won what doesn't matter to me. I'm not like those people who base my self-esteem off this stupid award show anyway. Because look, at the end of the day, nobody's talking about these awards. They're only talking about the reveals, and that's really, as much as I'm not a big fan of Jeff Keighley. I really hate when he works with Xbox because last year, where they had him run that Xbox show in the summer, and he had people who didn't know shit about Xbox or Halo on there. Or the E3 in 2017 where he revealed the Xbox One X price before the show. Little stuff like that, is why I'm not a fan of his especially when it deals with Xbox. But he's an industry dude who's got people to reveal games on his show, and I'll take it. I'll take the good with the bad. So that's my take on it. The award shows don't mean shit to me, but I the seeing Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman and Hellblade 2 and Space Marine and all that, yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like Unlimited. Some people actually, like when I watched it, Guru and Red Dead Panda do their thoughts on it. She really, really hated that award. She couldn't stand it because she can't stand it because she sees the bias too, and she actually said on the show that there were good parts of the show, but she honestly said that she couldn't stand it, and I believe she watched it the whole thing all the way through. I didn't watch it either. I'm going to be honest with you. But actually had to say, hey man, you need to go back. You missed the trailers. You need to go back and watch the trailers and see what games are coming out. Even if you don't like the awards, you need to see what's coming out. So I went back and I watched all the great trailers of the upcoming new games that are coming out. And I thought I was blown away by, we could talk about the Hellblade 2. I was, blown away with that, man. That looks very, very promising, man. You can see the power of the Unreal Engine 5 at its work in that Hellblade 2 that we've seen. But what about you, T? Did you watch the awards? You didn't watch it at all?
Nope.
Did you see any of the new game trailers that are the new games that are coming out?
Not really. No. I know
No?
everybody's absolutely enthused about the Matrix game, and that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Matrix game. That was. I want to get everybody's thoughts on that actually have played it. Even people in the chat. You know, Tuck, did you download the Matrix demo?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about that, man? What did you think about the? It's using the Unreal Engine, and what did you think about that demo, man? What do you think?
Man, I think that demo was just so unreal, man. I mean, it's like, okay, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because I know it was a brand new engine, but what I've seen and what I played of it, oh man, I can just imagine how it's gonna look later on. I can really just imagine how it's gonna look when it actually games finally get on to use it. Like Hellblade, when Hellblade get on there, oh my lord, that is gonna be a beautiful. I mean, because I think they using that game using Unreal Engine 5 engine, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Man, that's gonna be a beautiful game. I mean, ain't nothing else I can really say about it. I mean, it just looks so photorealistic and all that good stuff. So, ain't nothing else I can really say about that.
Yeah, that was very. I'll tell you my impressions here real quick, and then I'll ask our brother Unlimited. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. When I downloaded that demo and started playing it, and Keanu Reeves was talking, I honestly, I did not know. I could not tell which one was the real Keanu Reeves. When Hebot actually had to tell me when Keanu Reeves was behind that door. I think he said that was the digitized Keanu Reeves, or like the digital version of him. I could not tell at all which one was real and which one wasn't. I really couldn't tell, man. It's crazy. That is a crazy ass demo. Everybody and their moms is talking about that demo, man. And when I actually got into the game and I was shooting the cars, from the back, and all the agents are on top of the car, and just all the special effects in that demo was mind blowing. My mouth dropped to the floor, man. I mean, I'm like, damn, this is next gen shit right here, bro. This is what I bought my console for. This is part of what I bought the Series X for, to see, what this bad boy can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it blew me away. And then when I was done and you were in the city and you were the girl walking around and everything, that shit just blew my fucking mind. I used the drone to look around the city at every detail, everything. I tried to, pick that with a fine-tooth comb, and it was just fascinating, bro. I'm like, man, this is some real futuristic shit right here that I'm playing. And I was just really blown away and impressed with the Unreal Engine 5. On that, man, Unlimited, what did you think, man, about the Matrix tech demo? What did you think, man?
Yeah, I thought it was the best thing it did was show the potential for what we're going to get down the line. And after seeing Hellblade, I completely buy in on Unreal Engine 5. The engine looks spectacular already, and I'd love to, and when I went back in and because I uploaded a video I recorded of it, and then so when I watched it back a bit, because I like to make sure my videos look good after they upload. I noticed the small details that I missed in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
And so that added to it. As well, just noticing the particles and the small details. And if this is what Unreal Engine has gone forward, we're in for a treat with these games,
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
And so that is what that was my biggest takeaway, because other than that, you just after the initial shooting part, you just walk around and just look at how pretty everything is and test the driving or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so that's there's not much in the way of gameplay, obviously, because that's how demos work. But this what it did was an interactive visual visual representation of what we're going to see going forward. And if I was already hyped for games like Fable and Avowed and Gears 6, I know specifically Gears uses Unreal Engine. I can't wait to see when these games finally come out even more now, if that's what we're getting, you know. And then the only thing that sucks as far as the overall gaming community is that these Xbox Series X's are still hard to find.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so that's the only one negative, because people, it's going to take a little longer than expected for people to see what we're seeing, since we all own the next gen console. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Matrix. Very, very, very impressive. After seeing everything, I did uninstall it because it was like 30 gigabytes, and it doesn't take long to see everything there is to see, but it's impressive for what it is.
Yeah, I was just blown away, man. I was like, man, this is crazy, because I downloaded it before it even came out, because I think after the award show, that's when you could play it, or before that. But I downloaded it before it was even available, and it was counting down. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? There's got to be something crazy, man. It's got to be something really good. I kept wondering, like, what it really was, or what was it going to do? You know, when I started to check this out after I downloaded it, man. But T Reaper, man, what did you think about the Matrix demo? What did you think about it, like, and the Unreal Engine 5 being used in this, man? It was.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Nope.
Oh.
I just heard about it.
Yeah.
That's
but then Unreal, well, part of the tech side, like, give your opinion. Like, what do you think with the Unreal Engine 5 going to be implemented into these next gen games and being used? What do you think it's going to bring to the table, man? Like, far as like being surpassing like Unreal Engine 4, like, how much more and how much further do you think this can go, man? As far as
it'll be a lot more photorealistic, won't it?
Yeah. Definitely photorealistic, man. Definitely photorealistic. Because I'm gonna tell you what, the Halo engine, the slipspace engine, that even looked good. That looked really, really good. I think they did a really good job with Halo Infinite using the slipspace engine, man. It was a beautiful, and still is a beautiful game to introduce that new engine. They did a fantastic job. 343 Studios really brought it, man. And hats off to them. They did a fantastic job with the story mode. It was very good. I really enjoyed the story version of Halo Infinite. I got some more, more fun and enjoyment, and it just made me think of the old Halo days, man. I mean, it was really awesome, and hats off to them, man. They did a fantastic job to 343 Studios and the guys over there working hard to bring us Halo Infinite. They did a fantastic job, man. But yeah, man, there were some great games that were announced. We have the Gunk that's going to be coming out soon. You can actually buy that right now for $25 if you want, or you could play it on Game Pass. We got, I guess Scorn will be out. Is that I think Scorn's coming out later.
Come out October 2022.
Yeah, around Halloween.
Yeah, next year.
Around Halloween. So I cannot wait to see that. We have a Plague's Tale. Has anybody here played the Plague's Tale? They have the part 2 coming out. Has anybody played that game?
I played the first one and I absolutely loved it, especially the protagonist Amicia. So yeah. I'm all in for the second one, and it looks like they added a crossbow to her. So it looks like they're going to add some different combat elements, because in the first one you used a slingshot and stuff. So I can't wait to see how the story progresses. Yeah, that one's on my list for most anticipated for next year.
That game looks, man, that game looks very promising. That looks really, really good. Is there any one game, guys, that were shown at the awards that you're really just looking forward to playing the most? I know there was a lot of people talking about the new Sonic game. That's one game we didn't mention that's supposed to be coming out too. There's a new Sonic game coming out. Now I don't know too much information on the Sonic game, but I seen the trailer of it, and it looked pretty decent, man. Sonic is still hanging in there. You know what I mean? So it looked kind of promising. It looked pretty good. And then I heard that Knuckles is actually supposed to be a villain in the game. So I heard that it's supposed to be pretty good.
I like the new trailer for the new Star Wars Eclipse game.
Yeah. I didn't actually see the trailer to that, man. So what is that like? Is that just a whole new like continue of the last game or what?
No, it's like legitly based in the Old Republic.
Oh, the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer, Tuck? Tuck, you there? He might have stepped away. Did you see the new trailer, Unlimited? Did Star Wars?
Yeah, I did. But the only thing that killed my excitement was at the end of that trailer, it showed Quantum Dreams. And if you don't know what Quantum Dreams is, they made games like Beyond Two Soul and Detroit and stuff like that. And I just don't like those kind of games. You know, I'm not a fan of those interactive movies or stories, whatever, where you press a button and then you watch everything interesting happen.
That's the type of game it's going to be?
I think it is, because that's all they've made. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. Hebot said it was going to be an action adventure game, but you know, they throw action adventure title on damn near every game these days. So I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, it looks to be deceiving. That's true.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the gameplay before I say I'm hyped for it, because I just can't. Because they also showed the Telltale Star Trek games. I love Star Trek as well, but I just don't enjoy watching. To me, the best part of games is the gameplay. I just don't enjoy watching the interesting stuff than pressing A just to make some random decision that's not going to matter anyway by the end of the story.
A lot of people. Now, I'm different, guys. I like the Telltale's games. I mean, they're not my favorite, but I kind of like the Telltale's games. You know what I mean? Like the which ones do I have? I have the Walking Dead's. I liked those. I played Wolf Among Us. I think that was one. There was a few other ones that I played from Telltale. They're not bad, but some people that's not their stick. They don't like the point and click, you know, and watching and stuff like that. I understand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if that's a point and click Star Wars, would that be like if that's like a Telltale Star Wars, that'd be the first for them, right?
Yeah, I think so. Unless there's some old Star Wars game that did that I'm not aware about, because you know Star Wars been in video games forever. You know, you could go back to the early '80s and find Star Wars games. So I could be wrong if it's the first. And let me also say this, Sega man. The reason another is I'm not because, for example, I have the Telltale Batman games, both of them, and they both were given free on Games with Gold years and years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I picked them up and I played them, and that's why I don't like, because it's like you're playing Batman and you're doing nothing interesting. All the interesting stuff is either a quick time event or you're just watching it. And then at the same time, the Batman Arkham games are some of my favorite games personally. And those games are amazing. The gameplay is amazing and all this other stuff. And so when I got finished playing that, I'm like, wow, this is nothing like the Batman Arkham games. And so that's why stuff like that just loses me. And if you enjoy it, please don't let my opinion, sway you in any way. This is just my opinion on these interactive games. Like what you like.
Yeah, and you're right. That's the other one I couldn't think about. Unlimited. On a sale one time, I did buy the Telltale's Batman games. I bought them all. I have them all. I bought them because it was a good deal. And you're right. He doesn't do much in there. I did get into the story. I did get into the story of Batman a little bit because I'm not really too much on Batman. So I wanted to listen to the story in the Telltale's game. You know, it was pretty interesting. You know, I kind of got into it, and I thought it was pretty decent. You know, but Killer Chauvin says Alan Wake 2. Anybody interested in that? It's supposed to be. I guess Tuck is back. Tuck, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm back. I was just talking to my wife.
Oh, okay.
So I'm back.
Cool, man.
So what were you saying?
What were we talking about last? I think we were talking about some of the new games that are coming out that were shown, you know, in the show, in the Game Awards. Is there anything that you're looking forward to purchasing and playing, man, or something you're looking forward to the most that came out of the show?
Well, I'll tell you right now, almost every single one of the games that Xbox that they showed for Xbox, just not the exclusive. Hellblade looked fabulous. I can't wait for that game to come out. There's just so many good games. Even on Alan Wake 2, that even looked good. That looked excellent. The download content for Cuphead.
Yeah,
that's gonna be very interesting to see.
It's about time. It's about time.
Yeah. I don't know what's I'm just kind of looking forward towards this next generation of really gaming. It's really started now. It really have started with Xbox now with Halo and the race and Halo Motorsports 5. It really has started. I really don't know what it's gonna do. As far as I'm concerned, I hope they just, you know what I'm hoping that they just deterred. I mean, I hope they just have a big old turd in their mouth and just get ready for the laughter that's about to happen. Because it's gonna get. I mean, because one thing I did not know that the Collision, the people that helped did Gears, actually helped them, get this engine perfected.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, I think we're gonna be looking for I think we're gonna be looking for some real good for Xbox and Microsoft this generation.
I believe the Coalition helped out with the Matrix demo, right? Unlimited?
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what Hebot said, and I trust his word.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see more from that. I can't wait to see more from Unreal Engine 5. You guys know that I am a fucking diehard ass Gears fan to the death, and I can't wait to see Gears 6 with Unreal Engine 5. That's alive. That shit's gonna be crazy, man. I just can't wait to see what they can do with that engine, bro. Seriously. I think Gears 6 is gonna be wicked when that comes out, man. I would love to see when they start. Probably already started on it, probably, but I would just like to see when it's implemented into there, just some of it, like a trailer of something or what the work. I just want to see what it looks like with the Unreal Engine 5, man. I'm very excited for that, man. Very excited, man. And then Killer Chauvin 82 says Alan Wake was my favorite game of the show. I wanted since the Xbox 360 for a sequel. And then our brother 100 says Unlimited. Didn't games as what do you say? Fire. I love Telltale's games. Sometimes you got to take a break from those shooters.
Oh, hey, man! If that's what you like, that's what you like, man. I ain't gonna hate on it at all. But yeah, I can't. I've never been able to get into games that I don't do nothing. I mean, I don't even mind like slower paced games. Sometimes it's just that you know what it's probably because story in games aren't the biggest deal to me. So since it's that since that's not the biggest deal to me, I'm not I just don't like sitting there watching stuff happen. Because I was playing like this Sherlock Holmes game that came out last month, and it's a slower paced game, but I'm enjoying what I play. You solve mysteries and stuff. It's not really focused on shooting or nothing, even though you can in some missions, but still it focuses on and things like that. But yeah, hey, 100. Hey man, if you like them Telltale games, hey, I'm not. Look, I never told anybody to like the same shit I like. I'm just speaking my mind, man, and I can't get into it.
You know what, man? I'll be honest. If I want to know something about Halo, this is the truth. I'm either going to T Reaper or I'm going to 100 because those motherfuckers know everything there is to know about fucking Halo. I mean, I've been into Halo since Halo 1. I have them all, played all the games. I haven't really read the books. I have the books here. I started to read some of them, but I never really read the lore. I'm not into the lore. But if I want to know something, I'll go to those guys and say, hey, what's up with this? Or I don't understand what happened in this. You know what I mean? And 100 will tell you right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I enjoyed the story. I really did. It took 2 days to lower the difficulty, but I enjoyed it. So it was fun. But,
and I know for people that didn't beat it, I'll say it again. If you watch the end credits, you'll see something. You know what I mean? Not trying to spoil. But I mean,
I got the legendary ending though, so I did actually unlock the legendary ending without.
Did you? Okay. Yeah, because
you just have to do at least the first mission on legendary to unlock it at the very end of the game.
Right. I did see something. I said, "Oh, cool," but I don't want to spoil because I'm not one of them people that are spoiler. Like to do stupid shit. I don't do that. But it's really cool. It's really cool what you see at the end. There's different ones, like he said, that like T Reaper said. If you beat it on Legendary, there is a different ending on that one. The one I've seen is probably the regular ending that you're going to see, like if you play it on normal at the end of the credits. But it was fantastic, man. Fantastic job, man. Outer Zinc says, yeah, Gear 6 will be amazing. Yes, it will. Yes, it will be. A lot of us are looking forward to that. I believe Unlimited likes Gears. He's a gearhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Love Gear.
Me, E-Rock, I think He-Bot is kind of into Gears, but it's taken nothing away from Halo. Halo, that just what a great time to actually get Halo Infinite for the holidays. This is a great time to get Halo Infinite, man. Now you can go play the multiplayers and shit and play with your friends after you beat the game. What's that, Unlimited?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to my cat.
Oh. So, great time, man. Great time. We're still getting more games into Game Pass also. You know what I mean? We got the Gunk coming. That's is that coming up this week?
Yep, later this week.
This week? Yep. And I think there's a few more. I don't know if I think there's a couple more dropping. I know there's the Gunk. And there should be some other ones dropping too, I believe. But everybody's actually looking forward to the Gunk. It looks very, very interesting, man. I might actually buy that Unlimited. I'm thinking about buying it. It's only $25. I did put it and download it in Game Pass. I'm going to start to play it some, and if I like it, which I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to actually support and just buy it, man, because it's only $25.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I went ahead and bought it for similar reasons,
Oh, you bought it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I just like to support, the support. Go ahead and buy it, give it a try. I mean, because there's a game on Xbox that haven't been on Game Pass yet. Death's Door. I bought that months ago, and that game ended up being surprisingly really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The game's it's a little tough. It's a little tough, but still, it's kind of like Tunic and the old school Zelda, I believe. I believe that's the influence of it. If not, feel free to correct me, chat. I believe that's where it's get its influence. But yeah, man, it's a dope game, and it was like $20 or something at the time.
Wow, man. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think if we look back,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when Xbox One came out to where they're at today, I think they did a fantastic job. I think Phil really helped is the main cause for one of the main causes where Xbox is today. I mean, you know what I mean? He is really fighting a good fight, man. I mean, I was with Xbox One day one. I was with Xbox One day one, and all of us know, Unlimited, Tuck knows, T Reaper knows how much of the fuckery that was out there when Xbox One first came out, man. We've been through some bullshit.
Yep.
Big time. You know what I mean? And right now, we're on top right now, man. And I think we're going to stay there. I really do. I think we're going to stay there, man. I think going forward, it's just going to get bigger and better. And I still believe before Christmas, this is just my opinion, I could be wrong, I think we're going to get some more goodies, man, that we don't know about. They'll just drop it in the store or in Game Pass because they like doing that. It's shit you don't know about, and you go look in there and you're like, oh shit. And like Serious Sam. Now it's a cheesy, funny shooter. I've always liked the Serious Sam games. I have them on 360 and stuff like that. But when I seen that new one, I'm like, this only costs like, I think it was $39.99 or something. But next thing you know, I didn't see it was dropped in Game Pass. I'm like, that's what's up. So I downloaded it and I started playing it. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that's cool. A new Serious Sam game to play. So it seems like they drop stuff in there, all the time. Like without you even knowing, man. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get some more goodies. Like before Christmas, man. For the Xbox fans out there, bro. You know what I mean? But there's one thing I think we should kind of talk about, guys. Because there ain't that much to talk about today that we already didn't. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get everybody's opinion. What do you guys think about what that guy did? The guy did over at Sony, man. The guy that got caught pedophilia. I can't remember the guy's name, but what do you guys think about that, man? That big guy over there getting caught. I guess what was he soliciting boys or something like that? I can't remember exactly what he did. But
did you want to remember it?
Huh?
Did you want to remember it?
I don't know. All I know is he got caught. I guess trying to. I think he's a pedophile. And he got in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the whole story about it. 9 Foot said, good, he got fired. He should go to jail. So, it's not really like, it's not really a big topic, but it's a serious topic because that happens a lot out here in gaming. When, I have kids, so it kind of affects me, in a way, because my son is always on his Xbox. He's never had any problems with that. I have asked him in the past, has he ever had any kind of problems with weird people on Xbox, because he plays the Fortnite. He plays all those games like that with the other kids. And to be honest with you, not to take nothing away from Fortnite, you know what I mean? But predators go to games like that to try to solicit, or talk dirty to, kids, because they know kids are on that game, Fortnite and games like that. What do you think, Unlimited? Do you think that should there be like a better or some kind of improvement, in that for kids when they play on these games and they get people like these strange guys in there like pedophiles or and they try to like, solicit kids, man? What do you think, Unlimited?
Fortunately, I believe all consoles have like family settings and stuff. So I'm confident that there is ways to monitor who's messaging your kids. I could be wrong because I don't have kids yet or nothing.
Right.
So these are features I've never used. I just remember reading about family settings and stuff
Yeah.
for consoles and TVs and pretty much any other tech out there, really. So so there are
you could just not give your kids mics. Is my point.
Yeah. So there are so there are safeguards, but unfortunately, even the safest is safe.
What's up, Flip?
You could still skirt through this stuff. But I hate people like that with a passion. You hate anybody that harms people, but it's just something special about harming kids, sexually abusing kids, and anything in that that's just extra infuriating, disgusting. There's no place for it in any stretch of the imagination. I was disgusted seeing the few Sony fanboys I did that defended Sony on this, and some things are bigger than gaming, but to beat up Sony's ass so much that your initial reaction is to defend a fucking corporation is disgusting. But nothing is as disgusting as this piece of shit who try to solicit sex out of 15-year-olds. And when you get caught, that tells me that this ain't the first time you did it, and that's the scariest part about it.
Yeah.
And that's the scariest part about it, because I hate to just imagine any underage kid who's ever had to interact with this loser, whatever the case is, and unfortunately, sometimes such people have families and all this other stuff, and even that's scary in its own right, because if they could do this to 15-year-olds, what can they do to their family? So there's a lot of just what ifs about it that just makes the action is as disgusting as it comes. And fortunately, he's fired. Hopefully, there's some other legal repercussions that could happen to him, because if you mess with kids like that, you deserve just nothing good in this world.
We got Hebot in the house. Actually, we got twin Hebots in the house. What's up, Hebot? You there, brother?
Yeah, what's going on? Can you hear me?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Nah, just there. I thought we were so subject out, but I forgot we didn't get to spend time with our brother Tuck and our brother Reaper.
Yeah.
So just wanted to come in because I know something we didn't talk about. Maybe we can talk about it real quick. But what was going on? What's going on, guys? I'm just here, just cleaning up and trying to organize.
We were just basically going over like the great, the podcast we had, the other night on We Got Next was a great podcast, and I know we hit all like topics on the main current events that were out there. So we were just like recycling, talking about the Game Awards, talking about the Matrix demo, and talking about Hellblade, and what we're looking forward to for the next upcoming games. And we were talking about the guy from PSN that got fired, the pedophile. That got fired from there, and things like that, man. So what would you like to talk about first? Like, what did you think about let me ask you this, Heba, what did you think about the Matrix demo? Your honest opinion. What did you think about that, man?
Well, like I said before, it was it's that moment, like me and E-Rock iterated, that it comes few and far between during generations, right? But it always seems to happen at least once every generation, right?
Yeah.
With those games that when you see it, you're like, oh, yeah, we've hit the next generation stage, right? So, like for me, and for like a lot of people, when we bought Xbox One X, or Xbox One rather, when we saw Rise for the first time, it didn't matter it was 900p, didn't matter it was 30 frames. The fidelity and the graphics of the game was something that we've never seen before, right? Especially on a console. So when you look at it and put your eyes on it for the first time, you were like, God, doggone, holy crap, this is beautiful. This is next gen. It was kind of like when we seen the Doom, and the Gears 5, right?
Oh yeah.
And even something like Death Stranding, because Death Stranding on PS4 looks really beautiful.
I've seen it. Yeah, it does.
You know, even though it's a more dead life type of land, but the way the graphics look and the character models, it's just a really beautiful looking game, without a doubt, right? So when you see the Matrix, it is that moment, but it's almost like it's not believable because it almost seems too real or too good to be true. You get what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing it, like I said, granted, in the beginning part of the stages, it's basically on rails, right? But all that is running in real time. It's in real time. You know, all that effects that they're using a technology called nano or nanites technology.
Yeah.
Where it loads up all the heaviest parts of the world, like the entire map, with all the details, and then the developers can go right in and add and take away and put where they want to put and emphasize more. Huh?
Go ahead.
Where it wants to emphasize more, or it doesn't, or where they want to emphasize less and add more or take more, and concentrate really on making the game look better and visually what their whole idea was for the actual game and the way it looked, instead of concentrating on how we're going to create all these layers of buildings and how we're going to create all these layers of monuments, like little things like clocks and the little things like the meter mates or the meters on the car where you park, for the cars. All that stuff is done by these nanite technologies. And another thing that they talked about that I didn't even know, because I saw the Digital Foundry analysis thing that they did, is that every time you play, even the on rails area, they're doing a new technology called the crash course or the crash. I forgot what it's called, but every time you shoot the car, and if you pay attention, it's always going to react and destroy and crash in a different way. It's never the same way. It always does it differently. It hits a different car, goes to a different side, different angle. It twists and turns and gets destroyed in different ways, which is also really cool because it gives you the effect that it's all happening in real time every time you play it, right?
Yeah.
So just the whole density of it, the lighting, the fact that you can go in there with the tiles and change it yourself and take off the matrix filter and give it a more real world filter, which makes it look even more realistic, to be honest. Because the matrix filter is kind of like a greenish filter.
Yeah.
And then the way you can play around with the tiles of the shadings, how they did the geometry with the people, a bunch of stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff. It's just a very, very uplifting piece of work and artistry, because it just shows that we are going to be in for wonderful experiences and a beautiful treat in the gaming space, because just like we said in the podcast earlier, yesterday or the day before, right?
Yeah, Friday, I believe.
Right? That even though we thought we were at a point where it can't really get better than this, it actually is better than this, and it's going to get better than this, and it's just scary. Because it's going to come to a point where it's going to match probably our reality to the point where you can't even tell or won't be able to tell the difference when you see it on screen, which is really scary. Only for the fact that you'll be able to distinguish it because you actually play it, right? It's not, instead of pressing, it's no longer like Unlimited was saying, Traveler's Tales shit, where you just press the button, move it, and it looks real, but you're not really controlling it. You're not really in control. It'll be to the point where you're actually controlling, fighting, doing those things, but you're in a realistic setting and world, right? That looks almost lifelike to our reality.
Yeah.
Right. To our reality, right?
Right.
So I think it's beautiful. I thought it was fantastic. I love the way that it plays. It's really smooth, even though it has some frame rate hitches when you're driving. But granted, it's a demo. It's still something that's being optimized. It's still in the testing stages. That's how they figure out how to make things better as they go along. So it's not something that we should really be concerned, because obviously with time and optimization things will get better. I don't know how high of fidelity like that would it be on a console with great performance, like 60 frames, for example, and that kind of fidelity. If it's a full-fledged game, I'm pretty sure they'll have to cut back something. But the fact that it looked, just that if it looked 80% to that or 75, it's just mind-boggling. It's mind-blowing. It's like, whoa, like that's fucking crazy. So it's exciting. It's exciting. Anybody is a gamer. It doesn't matter who you are, with the exception of maybe poor Nintendo guys. That Nintendo guys are just used to the babyer style graphics, or the simpler style graphics. Not really baby, but simpler style.
Yeah.
And they don't really get an option of playing in more higher realistic graphics fidelity. Because again, don't get us wrong, people. It's not about graphics. Games are not just about graphics. It's never about just the graphics, obviously. But if you can make an experience of a game feel absolutely incredible and have that type of level of fidelity of graphics to make it feel realistic, where you could immerse yourself and not even think about it twice, where your brain thinks you're actually in that world because of the graphic quality and fidelity, then it's a bonus. It's a plus, right? You're going to enjoy it. You're going to appreciate it, because there's no way to say, oh, that's just trash, because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just more options and better for us, the gamers in general, right? So I would love to see personally myself a Zelda with those type of style graphics. It'll be insane, with those type of realistic fidelity of levels, with creatures that you fight in the Zelda universe, and all the beautiful magics you do, and the beautiful, broad landscapes that it has, in the worlds that we know that we get in the Zelda games. Even though they still look beautiful in the water paint graphics style of Breath of the Wild, for example. Yeah. Imagine it being realistic, like the way it looks like in the Matrix or even Hellblade. Forget about it. It'll look fucking out of this world, Me personally, I feel that any real gamer and Nintendo fan would appreciate it. That doesn't mean that you're being a hypocrite. That means you're just appreciating it for what it is, right? So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did get to play Halo. It's another cool thing. So I can talk about it. If you talk about Halo, I can actually talk about it, because I actually got to play it.
Yeah,
very. When you get to it, we'll talk about. That's my thoughts on the Matrix trailer, without going too in deep and swallowing up the time like I do.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really good surprise that we got to see, have a glimpse of the future of gaming with the Matrix demo, man. I was very impressed. Very impressed. I'm actually going to go back to it and keep driving and going through the world. So I only did it for a little while.
Well, it's one of those things, Sega Man, real quick, to add to what you just said. If you get that type of level of fidelity in graphics, right? Because people be like, oh yeah, because people just talk about power, resolution, and frame rates. Frame rate's obviously important, because that's the fluidity of the game. The better, the faster the speed, obviously the better, the smoother the game's going to feel. It does not matter. I'll argue that with anybody. You can play on 30 frames, but you're never going to get the fluidity and feel of a 60 frames, right? Mode. But the level of fidelity in the game, even if the graphics on that game, or the resolution, let's say 1440 or 1600p, whatever, right?
Right.
Which I think that was the number that they said it was, and they targeted. All the resolution does is just let you see how clear all the details that were put in there and implemented are on the screen, alongside the smoothness of what it looks like.
Right.
But this just shows that you can have high fidelity graphics, and it doesn't necessarily have to just be because of the resolution, because that's not what it is. Like as we always said, resolution and not graphics, right? So that is something that is very, it's very positive to know that we can achieve these types of graphics and not have to just worry about the type of resolution or the type of fidelity that we're going to get because of resolution, because it's not. It's more about getting high fidelity, but with fantastic frame rates, like 60 or 120 for the experience, right?
Yeah.
Especially on a console, right? On a console, without a doubt. Uh, and then with the technologies that we have, like on the controller, like DLI, which is the direct latency inputs, which makes everything and minimizes all the latency to like 0.2, it's even better, greater, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that makes it so fascinating to see and so intriguing, because you know that games can look good no matter what with these new software programs and techs and technology that are bringing out, and steps that they can use with these softwares. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry.
It seems too, he bought. I think a lot of people prefer the like the 1080p, like 1080p, 60 frames per second, rather than just having graphic, the graphic fidelity in 30 frames per second. It seems like more people lean towards more of the frames per second, instead of having like just the resolution like the 4K 30 frames, or you can do performance mode like you would do in like Gears of War, in different games like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people, there's some people that just like their graphics where I'll just do the graphics, they pick that over the performance, like the 60 frames per second, or even 120 frames per second, you know what I mean? And not have the 4K on, you know what I mean?
I'd rather have
Right.
frames over graphics.
Right. So that's that was a good one he bought about the Matrix, man. Yeah, that was great, bro. And I don't know if Tuck, you there, man? It's been kind of quiet. Tuck, you there, brother?
No, yeah, I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here.
Still there? All right, man. All right. Did you play? You played the Matrix demo, right?
Oh yeah, hey, man, dude, I love it.
What'd you think? What'd you think, man?
There's nothing that I was just so interested how when it comes down like the shooting the like when it first started out, you see Keanu Reeves, and like you said, you don't even know which one was the real one.
I didn't.
And it was like mind blowing. That was just mind blowing right there.
I didn't know.
It was just,
honestly,
man. It was just like wow. For the first time, I just couldn't say a doggone thing about it, because and then when it went to that car scene, and when you had a chance to shoot the cars and all that stuff in the helicopter, that was a thrilling experience right there. And then after that, you turn around and you with the person, you get a chance to go ahead and go and see the car, and then go and see the city and all that stuff. So that was interesting. That was some interesting stuff. I love that. But I'm just interested to see what they're gonna do with it. I just if they doing this with graphics, with graphic fidelity right now,
yeah,
because we all know that the gameplay is gonna be there. The story and all that stuff is gonna be there, but if the graphics is gonna be this good for next generation, we're blessed.
Oh,
we're
definitely
blessed to see something that
definitely.
We just blessed. We spoiled, and I'm gonna love it.
Nice.
And I'm gonna love every single minute of it. And I'm hoping that the PS5 jump failed because of it. I just it's
on the PS5 too, Tuck, because
the
demo was
hoping that it had power issues on that.
The demo was made by Coalition and Epic together. They helped each other. They partnered up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason why I'm hoping the more jump for the PS5.
So
you hear all these people talk about how you hear these people talk about. So my one friend said, well, PS5 won an award for the most powerful system. And I said, like, dude, where you getting your info? I said, dude, where the hell are you getting the info? You couldn't tell me. I said, Will, then shut up. I'm just talking about, man, these PS5 clowns, they clowns, man. They clowns no matter how you see it. They always want to put the narrative and always want to down us and our brand. But they know in reality this Xbox is more powerful than this system will ever be. And they're having a hard time accepting it. But as far as the demos inside, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I'm looking to see more of the engine and games.
Uh-huh.
And hey, I mean, like I said, they doing this. That's just wild, man. I mean, if they doing this, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes, it is, man. But
Yeah.
what I want to do is I want to get Hebot and I want to get Unlimited opinion also on another great masterpiece that we've seen on there, which is Hellblade 2. I was really very blown away of what I seen with Hellblade 2, man. I watched it from beginning to end, and I want to actually start with my brother Unlimited Productions because he does such a great job on explaining when we talk about these certain things about these games, that are coming up, like Hellblade 2. So Unlimited, man, what did you think about, in your honest opinion, man, and what are you looking forward to with Hellblade 2? This looks like this is going to be a very, very phenomenal game, and it's going to show off the power and also what the Xbox Series X is capable of and what it can do. So what do you think about Hellblade 2, man?
Unlimited. Before you get to it, before you start talking, say, man, about that guy who did that pot of fire that y'all was talking about.
Yeah,
he needs to go to jail, and I'm glad that Sony did fire him right off the bat.
Yeah, they did,
but he needs to go to jail. So
he does.
That's all I gotta say about that.
He needs to get smashed by the Hellblade giant.
He needs to, yeah. Yeah.
So Unlimited, brother, you seen the Hellblade 2. What is your honest opinion about that game that we have that's going to be coming out for us and what it can do? It's going to show off, I believe, what the Series X is capable, NES, and what these new next-gen systems can do. So in your honest opinion, man, are you excited for Hellblade 2? And what do you think about what you've seen so far?
Yeah, definitely. I am extremely excited for Hellblade 2. And it was an incredible showpiece, for the gameplay. And, it did something that I think a lot of us have always wanted to see, and that is the seamlessness between gameplay and cutscene, to the point that people didn't even think it was gameplay, and it had to be confirmed. And then it took the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo for people to actually believe it was real. I mean, that's when you know that you're pushing the genre forward, man. It's when people don't even believe your game is actually a game.
Right.
So and then Ninja Theory, man, they are just masters at what they're doing lately. It's like, and man, when I saw that, I just thought of Colin Moriarty, who months ago on his podcast was like, why did Microsoft buy Xbox? Why did they buy Double Fine? The people who made Psychonauts 2. And I think Hellblade 2 and Psychonauts 2 showed you exactly why Xbox picked them up. They're the reason why both of those games are what they are. In the case of Hellblade, Ninja Theory would have been out of business. They literally said this the day of E3 that they got picked up. If they enjoyed Microsoft, we wouldn't have a Hellblade 2 or Project Mara or the other games they're working on. Because that's how tight they were financially. Microsoft helped them do everything. Since they joined Microsoft, they grown to a new building, adding a large number of staff, and here's the result of it. Something like Hellblade 2 that we've never seen anything like that before. Just absolutely stunning in its presentation. The seamlessness with the gameplay. And I can't wait to see and feel how it plays. Because at the end of the day, as great as these games look, the most important part is the gameplay, you know, and I think that now that they got the resources to do what they want, that they're going to take this one to a whole nother level. So yeah, that
Oh
was
my
my thought.
gosh.
What
Yeah.
was that, Hebo?
No. Sorry, I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Hellblade, man. It's just that it's a culmination of the last 3 years of Microsoft adding all these studios, preparing for this generation, waiting for Unreal Engine 5 to be available so that they could really start to just work and push the game to its limits. And now the beneficiaries are going to be us Xbox gamers, especially and I mean, when I saw that, it was clear as day that wouldn't be able to run on the Xbox One or Xbox One X or nothing like that anymore. So that's why this is a next gen console. I mean, a next gen only game and stuff. I can't wait. Nothing but praise. That stole the show easily.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And before I get to my brother but I want to give a big shout out to the Alpha brothers in the chat. 100 Intramedia Gaming, Outer Zinc, 9 foot, Flip the Script, Flip Money are all in the house, rocking out with us tonight, man. We got Outer Zinc also in the building. We had Rain G4 slide through. ADOS Poseidon was in the house. Killer Chauvin 82 it was in here with us. He still might be. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, Hebot, man, I went and watched the trailers, like you said, man, because I had to get caught up with the what I call the bias awards. But like you said, I should watch the trailers, see what's coming out, man. For the Xbox, and I did watch all the trailers that you told me to watch, and I was very blown away, brother. Very blown away from what Ninja Theory is doing with Hellblade 2, man. I cannot wait to play that day and date in Game Pass. It looks like a really very awesome game. I own the first one. You know what I mean? So what is your opinion, Hebot, about the new Hellblade and what Ninja Theory is doing, man? Hebot?
Yeah, I'm here. They started working on the construction of Hellblade already for over a year, I believe. But they did not have access to the tools of Unreal Engine 5 yet because they weren't finished. I think the tooling was made available to them. I think it was just in either October, early October, or late September, something like that. So one of the things they said that was going to be really like accessible, so that you will be able to do with the Unreal Engine 5, was that you will be able to create games and the worlds a lot faster with a lot more higher quality graphics in a much more shorter amount of time, right? Because of all the tools and flexibility that the engine provides, right?
Yeah.
So when they I guess got their hands on it, that's why they were able to transfer that theme particularly, right, from the Hellblade game and put it on and render it on the actual Unreal Engine 5, because they were building it on Unreal Engine 4, right?
Yeah.
And to bring it over, it's extremely easy for what has been said since it was announced, the engine itself. And if that's the case, obviously it shows tenfold, because what we saw on screen doesn't look like something that was just put together within a few months. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it almost looks like something that is far in development, that maybe is not far off as far as the release, right?
Yeah.
Which, for what they said, I think it's not going to be released until the middle or late of year of 2023, which is almost 2 years. But it makes sense. But when you see it, you have you have no way to describe it other than you gasp for with awe, right? Because you're like the animations on it and the way it looks and the lighting effects, the grittiness, the the effect of it looking like it's in the middle of like a storm or a winter, afternoon because it has like the gloominess to it. Um, and the lighting when they go into the actual uh cave, when they're trying to lit this troll or gargoyle on, or giant, depending what it is, on fire, and how he reacts and how you're running away and you're as you're running, you're grabbing the spear and just kind of seamlessly throwing it back at him. It looks flawless. It doesn't look like a cut, and it doesn't look like a transition, let's say, right, from a video game. And the thing that I think sold it even more is that they didn't put like a button prompt, like the way they did when they showed Rise. They didn't put a button prompt, and that's why people didn't think it was real when they showed Rise many years ago for 2013. There was no button prompt, but they did that deliberate so people could see how it would look like seamlessly, right, in one cut. And it was effective because it looked like you were, like I said in the podcast, like if you were a director actually directing a movie and you were within the movie, right?
Yeah.
Or editing it in the showroom floor, editing it, adding some things like whether it's music or coloring or effects or lighting in the studio, in the editing studio. That's how good it looks. That's how good the animations and the way that it looks and how it was constructed is as far as the quality. And again, we know Hellblade was a good game, so we have to believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that the quality of gameplay is going to also be implemented alongside the quality of the graphics, right? And obviously, the quality of the story. And at first, you're like, no, it can't be. But like I told you guys also, a lot of people also had this reaction. Once they saw the demo of The Matrix, which is also on Unreal Engine 5, and we actually were able to play it and put our hands on it, then people became believers. Because they're like, oh, no. The Matrix, if that could look like that, then Hellblade definitely is a possibility. And it definitely could look the way it did. You got to understand, these guys achieved what they did, right? With Hellblade 1. With very low income, very low funding. Okay? Because they were independent and they funded it themselves. All Sony did was give them money to market the game because it was obviously exclusive on their console for a time being, whatever the fuck. And they marketed it, the game. So they paid for the billboards, commercials, things of that nature.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people don't know the difference between the two. They think, no, Sony paid for exclusivity. That means, you know what I mean? That means they paid for it. No. They paid for the exclusivity, obviously, because it was time exclusive to their console. That means they paid for the time it's going to be on there, which was like 8 months, maybe 10 months, I think, almost a year.
Yeah.
But they didn't pay for the funding of the creation of the game. All the development time and equipment and stuff like that went into the game. And the game was done only with 20 people at that time because Ninja Theory was going bankrupt and they were going to close down. If you look at the featurette, they talk about it. Right? They did the mocaps of that game with cameras that they bought from Home Depot. The guy said it himself, the director of Ninja Theory, right?
Yeah.
And if you could see what they accomplished with Hellblade 1, right? With such small resources, with such small flexibility, budgeting, support, there's no doubt in anyone's mind, or no one should have any doubt, that what they're going to be able to accomplish with this Hellblade, with the amount of backing and money that Microsoft is providing, there shouldn't be no doubt. This shows you the difference of how things are when you have a company like Microsoft with money, with a division like Xbox, right? With a division like Xbox, that's worth about 650 billion with a B, right? This shows you the quality of games you can get. But granted, they take long because the games are going to take long. Any game that's going to be that big of budget and quality, it's going to take long. It's a work of art. It takes a long time. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a long time. But this is the type of quality that you should expect from any veteran developer like Ninja Theory. Because if you look at their track record, they've had nothing but incredible games in the past. I remember they did the most impressive game on PS3 when it launched with Heavenly Sword.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why they did that was because they wanted to do mocapping, and Andy Serkis ended up doing it for them. And Microsoft didn't have a mocap studio, and they couldn't fund them because mocapping at that point was retarded expensive. It's expensive even today. So
Yeah.
Sony, since they had money, were the only ones able to fund it at that time in the gaming space, so that they can do it. And that's why they went with Sony. But the game was really pitched to Microsoft for the 360. And they just couldn't fund them because their first game was with the OG, with Kung Fu Chaos. But when they did that game, since it was a small game and not really a big game that appeals to everybody, more kind of a niche type party game, but it wasn't, because it was a hack and slash fighter with some party elements of party games, which was pretty dope. Like an arena fighter almost.
Yeah.
It didn't move the needle enough for them to be able to take that higher risk with them, and what they were capable of doing, which I'm pretty sure at that point, Microsoft didn't know the capabilities that they had until they saw them do, Heavenly Sword. And then the next game was picked up by Namco, and they published it, which was Enslaved. Enslaved is one of the dopest games of last generation as well, alongside things like, Azura's Wrath, Binary Domain.
Oh yeah.
Those niche games, Shadow the Dam,
Oh yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw, just to name a few, that come to mind. Like the one we talked about the other day, Space Marines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are all hidden gems that were great games on the 360 era that were not like the big, big budget hitters, like a Call of Duty, for example.
Yeah.
But they were games that deserved sequels and deserved to be looked at. So there's no doubt in my mind, from their pedigree and what they did with Enslaved and all these other stuff, that they are more than capable. And what they did with the Devil May Cry, because although it changed the tone of Devil May Cry, the one they did, the DMC, the gameplay mechanics were fantastic of the combat. It was no longer gothic, it was more of punk rock, but it was fantastic. And that style that they implemented on that game was picked up by the original DSC guys and implemented it on DMC, I think it was 5, right?
Yeah.
They used a lot of the elements that they did on DMC 5 because they work and they were fantastic. So I don't have no doubt in my mind that Hellblade is going to be very indicative of what they showed, how it's going to play, and it's going to have a lot of quality. But again, it just shows you what the future holds for us is very bright and very exciting. Because to say the least, I don't think we've seen nothing yet, to be honest with you. And we're in for the ride. That as long as we're here, right? So
Yeah.
I just hope that I live long enough to see it for another 20, 30 years. Because it's just gonna get insane. And it's just great time to be a gamer and for everybody. But I think Microsoft is the forefront to this movement, and people like AMD, right? These people that are trying to push the boundaries with these technologies, with these graphic cards, with these new techniques of software that are being created so that we can make games look better and go forward. And I think that they're the forefront. They're the ones moving it forward, and we should be very, very happy and blessed that we're going to be able to experience it in our lifetime, and alongside our, the next generation and the legacy of people like our kids and nephews and grandkids and things like that. So, I think it looked incredible. Everything about it, but the animations and me it feeling like a real movie and you were into it and you're in it, interacting and controlling it for real at all times in that space. I think it's what made it that much more impressive. Sega.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. Very awesome, man. Very awesome. He makes me even more intrigued and exciting. I cannot wait to play, to honestly play this game, man, because Ninja Theory is a very capable company that makes great games, and they started out with Kung Fu Chaos. On the OG Xbox. I wish that would have came back compat. That would have been really cool to have that back compat.
And as far as I'm concerned, I just hope they make another game. Because that was one of my best games that I've ever played on the Xbox 360. Or was that on the original Xbox, right?
Yes.
Man.
You never know. You never know, Tuck. They know. They hear us out there. They know. They listen. Believe me. Maybe they'll make another Kung Fu Chaos. They just might do that. We might get another Kung Fu Chaos. You never know, man. They know. They know we want a Kung Fu Chaos, man. They believe me. Trust me. They know. On that, T Reaper. I'm not sure, brother. You played the Hellblade, right?
No, I did not.
You didn't?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Now, what I want you to do, T, is I want you to go out right now. I want you to go find somebody with a PS5, and I want you to piss in it. Then I want you to come back and give us your analysis about it, all right?
Wait. Hey, Sega man.
What?
Now you gave him a challenge. Now you better give me a challenge too.
All right.
Because you know what I want to do with it.
I got you, brother. What I want you to do, Tuck, is I want you to do the same thing. I want you to go out, find somebody with a PS5 and shove some smoked neck bones in there and see if it cooks it as well as a grill. How about that?
Now I tell you one better. See, if I do somebody with PS5, I'll take away from it and go and take a dump on it. And then give it back to him and say, now, this is what I'm thinking about the PS5.
I don't need to do that because my new machine is 2 speeds powerful than your wonderful PS5 that I would need to piss on. So
let's just remember, it started with the legend here. T Reaper started the pissing on the PS4, man. That is epic still today. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
That was legendary, man.
Oh, man. Let's take a walk down real quick. Back down. They hated T. Oh, my God. They wanted T Reaper's neck for that.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, man.
6,000, man. 6,000.
Oh, man.
Live inside.
Hey, when T Reaper did that, I said, no, T Reaper. No, you didn't. He goes, yes, I did.
No, Bill will definitely reach that 3 trillion by May. I promise you that. It's going to be fun.
Well, guys, let's get to the best. We saved the best for last. We're going to talk about, it's not called Halo Infinite. It's called 100 Infinite. That's the new name, 100 Infinite. Because this is Hundreds game, man. It has a new name. It's called Hundreds Infinite. So let's start out with Unlimited. Unlimited Productions, my brother. Have you played Halo Infinite? And if you have, my brother, what do you think of the game so far of Halo Infinite, man? Give us your opinion on Halo Infinite.
Yeah, so far, Halo Infinite is a really, really awesome game so far. I'm really digging the campaign. They've added stuff like boss battles and little things, trying new things. I dig the world is gorgeous, beautiful, open world, and all that stuff. I like taking over the FOBs, the bases and stuff that get you new weapons and all that. So far, it's a very strong Halo campaign. Very, very, very enjoyable. From what I've seen, I saw Adam Sessler's video on it, and I do disagree. As much as I like Adam Sessler, I do disagree with him. In which that he enjoyed the gameplay aspect, which I enjoy as well, but he didn't like the last part of the story. And I'm not that far, so I can't really speak on the last part. But so far, I'm enjoying it. Overall, I'd say I enjoyed Forza Horizon 5 and Psychonauts 2 more when it came to Xbox first party games.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a very very good Halo game. I think Halo fans are going to eat it up even more so than I do.
That's awesome. So, what do you think, real quick? What do you think about what do you think about it graphically and how it looks and stuff like that? What do you think about the world of Halo Infinite? What do you think about that? Do you think did a really fantastic job on like the mechanics, on the weaponry, and on like the banished model and characters? What do you think?
Oh yeah. That new engine they're using is a beast. Yeah, the slip space engine is a beast, man. What they're able to accomplish here, I'm extremely impressed with how everything's looking and running and playing. Like you said, the graphics are top notch. The details are spectacular. The animation is great. What I like from a gameplay standpoint is the upgrades. For example, you could upgrade the grappling hook to electrocute enemies and stuff. Little stuff like that just adds that extra touch of personality to the game. The grunts, how the grunts, the grunts are funny as hell in this game. I'm not gonna lie. Either the brutes are making some funny comment, or when the grunts be scared at your ass and stuff, they're entertaining as hell. So they nailed it. They nailed everything about it. Exactly other thing. I'm a huge fan of Adam Stessler, but you know what? Hey, there's nobody in this world that I agree with 100%. So I don't expect to agree with him on everything either.
All right, man. All right, and now let's go to our brother, because I know ODT is a huge Halo fan. There's actually people that want they want T Reaper on their team because he whips ass. When it comes to the multiplayer, man, they're always looking out to see if they can get ODT, to join them in a game.
Hey, I like being a one versus all man squad. I like that. That's just fun. I'm sorry. Gives a higher adrenaline than just actually having to play co-op all day. I'm sorry.
Right. So just real quick, T Reaper brother. What do you think so far about this? Because you've played the multiplayer. I know you played it and everything. So what do you think so far about what you played of the campaign?
I'm level 18 right now. Yeah, I'm level 18 right now. I enjoy it. I legitly just made a new friend this morning or yesterday morning playing one versus an entire team. He was on the other team being MVP. I was like, that's fine. But like the other team was just trying to kill everybody on the opposite team because everybody on my team could quit, and I was the only one on the game playing.
Wow.
But it was fun. Being 1 versus 12 is fun. I'm sorry. It's just kind of fun.
So real quick, T, because you ran through, you've played Halo 5, you played all the Halos. So so far with the new Halo, when you're playing the multiplayer versus like Halo 5 or any other multiplayer of Halo games you played, would you say that this is up with the other ones?
Halo Infinite is definitely still my favorite. Big shout out to 343 to not make this like Reach, where it cost me 14 Red Bulls to beat. So I'm happy about that. I'm 10 years older than when I did Reach, but at the same time, it's just age does apply in this wonderful age of gaming. So I think this is kind of fun, but at the same time, I beat the game in one day, so it was kind of cool.
Cool, man. Cool. You got it right there. T said he beat the freaking game in one goddamn day. He got me beat, man. I
got within the 1%ers, and I appreciate that. Microsoft and Xbox and Phil.
Wow. Now,
it was like 1.20% or something like that. Yeah.
What's up, Fire Boss? We're gonna save the best for last. We're gonna save he bought for last because I know he got some stuff to say about Halo Infinite. He has been playing it. So we're going to go to our brother, DJ Cuckmaster. Have you played Halo Infinite?
Oh, yeah. I played it. Yeah, I played it. And let me tell you right now, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and mark back to July. Look at all the games that we had come out. Okay, the airplane game, marvelous. Psychonauts, marvelous. The Ascent, marvelous. And then we got Horizon Motorsport, another marvelous game. Graphically game, period. And then now we got the captain of all the crew. We got the captain of all the captains, that's Halo. Hey, can Sony compare any to them games? None. So Sony ponies take it. Hey, from here on out, like I'm telling you right now, this just the last 5 months has started everything off of Xbox. Graphic fidelity wise and everything. You just can't beat anything what Xbox got to offer now. I don't care about the Horizon Zero Dawn coming out in February. We gonna always have something to battle that too.
Yeah.
So just get ready for it. But as far as I'm concerned, Halo is an excellent game. The multiplayer, I've been playing the heck out of the multiplayer. The one with the big battle boss. We have the airplane, you all up in the air and everything. Dude, I'm like this, man. I had my plane down real low, man. I went on there, somebody went on there and grapple hooked me and it threw me out the damn plane. Let me tell you. And you talking about somebody who had a blast. He came from the rear and did it. He didn't come from the front. He came from the rear. Next thing I knew, hell, I was down the ground dead. So let me tell you right now, man, the multiplayer is exciting. The multiplayer is exciting. The campaign, I can't speak nothing about the campaign, but excellent. And I'm gonna tell you right now, fellas, I'm not all that great at the multiplayer, but you know what? I'm enjoying the hell out of it. They did a good job with this game. I take my hats off to them. Microsoft, you did what you need to do. You did what you need to do. You didn't bring it out last year, and I'm glad that you didn't. So these people can turn around and stop crying about the graphics and all that, and how they looked and all that stuff. But I tell you right now, Microsoft, y'all did a damn good job. I'm proud of y'all. Phil Spencer, keep on doing what you're doing. And let's just take Sony out for good. That's all I got to say about that. But let me tell you, Halo is a phenomenal game, and I'm loving the hell out of it.
All right, brother. All right. Our brother, DJ Tuckmaster, is also enjoying Halo Infinite. So is everybody in the chat. Has been telling us their experience with Halo Infinite, how much they're loving the game. We're very happy to have a Halo game for the holidays. What a great time to have a fucking Halo game, dude, during the holidays. It came at the right time, in my opinion, and we're saving. Last but not least, our brother Hebot has been playing Halo Infinite, and I want to hear his thoughts and opinion about Halo Infinite. I believe Hebot has all the Halos, has played all the Halos. So I want to hear definitely what Hebot has to say so far of what he played with the brand new Master Chief game, Halo Infinite. Brother Hebot, you've played Halo Infinite so far. What is your opinion on it, and what do you think about Halo Infinite, my man?
It's so far it's a very pleasant surprise because my whole I guess you say fear, or I was adamant about the idea of the game because of that whole thing of, oh well, it's an open world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's gonna have an open world structure. But then I was sitting back and thinking, well, what I mean, but then you have the fact that when you look back, like Halo 1, when it first came on Xbox G, it was basically a really big terrain map, right? And each level was layered and laid out that way. And the reason why they did that was because they gave you vehicles that would help you traverse through the land, right? And it had to give you a sense of scale, like it was a really big place in the
I
Halo
was able to use the Banshee in half of one of the levels, and I enjoyed getting from one side of the map to the other that quick. That was enjoyable.
Right. So when you look back at Halo 1, It had the same type of structure, but then when you fought in each of those maps, they felt like levels. The way they did this, though, they did it where it's really clever, right? They did it very clever because it has open world elements, like like the towers, which are they have like the control little towers that communicate where you could destroy, where you beat certain types of the members from the Banish, uh, and they're laid out by I guess by high ranking, I guess. But I like how they
Was it
kind of
Valor
started
system?
off. Well, they kind of started it like it's all hell breaking loose. They're getting attacked. You don't know what's going on. You see Chiefs fighting. They they show the Arbiter. The Arbiter beats the fucking crap out of him, and he's telling him, I'm gonna be the last person you see. And then you're like, wait, is that a flashback or what? So you're not sure. Then they go to this one dude that he's the new protagonist in the game. You don't know what role he plays just yet. Um, and he looks young. He gets into this turbulence and problem in the ship. Then once he's dealing with that problem because there's turbulence. One of these communicators that he has, or like a visual communicator thing that has a recording of his wife and his daughter, I guess. He's looking at it, and then they pan the camera. It has a really, really poetic type feel. Is the best way I could say. With the music, the same ambience, the same low tone of older Master Chief games or Halo game where you had the music in the background kind of slightly and subtle. It would come in, come out, and then Chief's armor is what you heard as you go along. And the way he always says his one-liners and stuff, which is right on point, excellently done by the man that voices him. I forget his name at the top of my head right now, but we all know who he is.
Yeah.
And they showed him now older, the Spanish dude, and he's looking at the video crying because I guess he's been out there for a long time. I haven't seen his family, or they might have been dead. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far in. I don't know if they talk about that story yet. And then he runs into turbulence again, and just so happens to see and run into Chief floating in the air when the Arbiter kind of threw him away and left him for dead in space. And then they run into the Halo that's been breached, and he tells them, "Oh, what we're gonna need." The look of the cinematics are more personal. So what I like is that it feels like the modernization that 343 gave Halo, right, from the originals, and that introduced the Halo from the originals, but still managed to keep it with the feel of the original beginning games, like 1, 2, and 3. It feels like a nice amalgamation of both in a very respectful way. So the beginning of the story is and that opening scene where you're controlling stuff and when you're trying to work your way back in, very strong. When you hear Chief say, when you hear him tell Chief, "Hey, listen, there's only one bullet in that gun," and Chief tells him, "Well, that's all we need. That's all I need." You knew you were in for old school style Halo, right? With Chief. I'm a little disappointed because I hope that they do give some type of explanation about what happened with Locke and his team. That they obviously at the end of Halo 5, spoiler alerts for those who didn't read it. If you did it, they basically team up to go on a mission. Team Locke, Team Chief, and I thought that was going to be really cool for the future of the games and how they're going to approach it. But it looks like they got all attacked and perhaps maybe a lot of them died. I don't know. And they didn't get to their destination. But then they also show how he lost Cortana, all in the very first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the game, and why he didn't know where she was and trying to find her. So it's very well orchestrated the way they did it to play. So it really brings you right into the story. And then the gameplay of it is really, really so, bread and butter. It's like really, really, really smooth. Better than I think it was before in a lot of ways, even though it was always excellent. Um, I am really impressed how detailed and how beautiful the open world area looks. It's more like a hut area, I guess. Oh, the little animals that they implemented, the leaves,
Oh yeah.
the textures of the rocks, the ambience that you hear in the background when you hear the birds, you kind of hear waterfalls. It just really makes you feel really appreciative of what they're trying to do and how they explain that all Halos are different. They have like a different majestic feel to them and differences to them, which I thought was really clever because it would explain the changes in the different games, um, without making people feel insulted. And also, I love how you hear the dialogue a lot more frequently and way more uh, emphasized, right? Echoed within the game when you're fighting the bad guys, like the little grunts, um, that they're like talking. Oh no, it's coming! It's him! They'll say,
Yeah.
"It's the demon! It's the demon!" It gives it a lot more characteristic. So it's funny because they talk a lot of junk. Like you and Iraq were saying, they talk a lot of junk. Like when he comes down, and then even when you fight your first boss encounter, how do you try to figure out what weapon is best to use for him? That took me a little while when I figured it out. Like, oh, okay, this is what I got to do, because I was trying to figure out, well, what weapon do I use? And then I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, because it gives you a reason for having to use certain, upgrades, perks, and actual weapons with individualized characters, which is very clever, and it's very video game esque. It's what Tomonobu did with the Ninja Gaiden series that I used to love. That each weapon was dedicated for certain type of enemies, and you had to figure that out as you played the game, and the capabilities and the abilities that you would have in a more broader scale once you learn the game more and more. So I thought that was great. Um, I also like the music. The music sounds really, really old school, but with that little modern touch as well. Um, so it sounds fantastic. It really brings you into the immersion in another, in a really wonderful way. And also the grappling hook. The grappling hook, even though we've seen it before in other games, since we've never seen it in Halo,
works good in the
since
game.
we never, well, that's what I'm trying to get to. Since we've never seen it before in Halo, at first you're like, well, how is this gonna work? Is this gonna take away, or is this gonna add to the feel of how you play Halo? Because it has a weighty feel. You notice when you're playing it this time around, the analog sticks have a weighty feel. It feels like weighty, like if Master Chief is heavy because of the suit, right?
Yeah.
Which I also appreciate, because you never really felt that before in the other games. He felt slow, but in this game, not only does it feel slow and like the way he used to, but he has like a weighty feel to him. But it feels still very smooth. It makes sense, right? And with that grappling hook, it gives you so much dynamic to do certain things within the level. Because if you're stuck, you could actually use that grappling hook to help you. You're not going to die, or you can figure out other ways to get around and flank the bandits and the grunts and all that stuff that you fight. And there's another thing that's really I like a lot is they have like these. How they have a lot of like liquids that are made out of like bomb liquids all around. They look like cubicles.
Yeah.
I like that they let you pick them up and throw them.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah.
It's very effective. It helps you within the game. But one thing I noticed immediately, holy shit, they're tough. They made those little motherfuckers tough.
They are. They're very tough.
They don't die right away, and they be messing you up, and they jump your ass. And then the funny thing, when they see you, they're knocking you out. They're like, "Oh, you're not better than us. You're nowhere in our level. We're gonna destroy you." But then when you start whooping the ass, they're like, "Oh my God, run away! He's too strong." this guy's too tough. Oh my dude, like it's funny because the AI can tell the difference when they're getting their ass ripped or when they're ripping you. You know what I mean? Which I think adds another dynamic, which is pretty cool because I don't think they really had that on on the previous Halos. And of course, I wish I could enjoy the multiplayer because everybody said the multiplayer is really good. I know T Reaper, he loves the hell out of multiplayer. Master Chief, shout outs to him.
Yeah.
He loves, multiplayer. And I would like to play it. I mean, I want to see how they execute the co-op side of the game once it's implemented. Because, being that the game, you know what I mean? Because being since the game is so big, it's kind of when you're out in the landscape and you have so many options on how you want to approach the attack or what missions you want to do. I would like to see how, I'm very curious to see what approach they take so that you can do certain things together, right? Like it would be nice to see them add maybe certain abilities, or certain trickeries that you can do together with another person.
Yeah.
Because, it's cool. But it almost feels like you don't even need like rocket launchers and things like that when you're fighting, because when you throw those bomb things, man, those things mess them up. Those things are effective. And I also like the way the Gatlings feel. Like when you get on the Gatling gun and you pull them off, they feel so good when you're messing them up. And they put you in the third person perspective. Oh, it's glorious.
Yeah.
It's glorious. And the graphics on that, when you're in that third person perspective too, oh my God, it's glorious. I didn't think I was going to like it, but what I played so far, which is about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I passed the whole section in the ring when you go back out from the ship, and then you land on the land, and then you call him where you clear a spot where he can actually land in that halo. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I left off. So, and then the new character that's supposed to be like another AI like Cortana, where she's choosing to, help you. Now, what I didn't like, I'm gonna be honest, what I didn't like, and I know this is Microsoft being Microsoft, that when they showed the flashback of Cortana, right?
Yeah.
When she was first introduced to Chief with Halsey, right? With Captain Halsey, they dressed her up. They didn't let her be in her old mechanical looking sexualized body or sensualized body that she had. And I know they did that.
So those days are over. After that game, some days are over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that they did that. I'm like, really? That kind of makes the identity of Cortana not be Cortana. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so in that sense, it doesn't feel like 100% what Halo's supposed to be. Because no one, and I mean absolutely no one, okay? I don't care how much of a weirdo you may be, how much of a person that you are that don't get no ass. No one looked at Cortana and said, damn, I want to fuck that bitch. No one, okay? Because that's just retard status, okay? No human being thinks like that. That's just fucking stupid, okay? So for me, when you do those changes, it's just dumb. They're absurd. Because it takes away from the actual natural feel and look of a game, and it feels like you're just crossing a check mark just to placate to the people that really don't give a fuck about games. You get what I'm trying to say?
I hear you. 100%.
Because gamers, no gamer that loves Halo or Halo fan was like, oh my God, we have to have Cortana naked because we got to make love and masturbate to her. You see what I'm trying to say? Nobody's doing that. So for me, I think Microsoft was kind of cowardly on their part to do that.
I'd argue that if you name the new AI the weapon, that automatically turns people off anyway.
Well, that's true too. Yes, it is. That makes a lot of sense. But that's my biggest gripe with it. That they're kind of catering in that sense. But as far as that, everything else, and that could be looked at as a nitpick. I get it. But for me, I look at it as principle, But as far as that, everything else, they really did something special because they managed to modernize it the way they have with the old feel of Halo. And I understand why these old school Halo fans have a hard on and a half. Motherfuckers get hard on first for Chief than they do with Cortana. Let's be honest. But that's a whole different topic for another
really
day.
did pull you into the storyline, though.
Oh yeah, the story is so well constructed.
Yeah.
That opening scene is very strong, T. Very, very strong. Which is one of the arguments that I've had for years with people on PlayStation about Last of Us. Because I told them The Last of Us has one of the strongest introductions of any video game I've ever played. And it was executed perfect, right? But then it just turns completely a different direction that it didn't need to be, and it fucks up that whole impact of the beginning of that game. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's what I've argued them all the time. I hate it because I love the introduction, but I don't like the rest of the game and how it all plays out. I think it's just weak and to be honest, a cheap way of implementing what happens in the game as far as the story goes. So I see it as a cop out more than something sentimental.
Yeah,
which most people.
I did too. I mean, the weapon was named that because it's obviously not the original Cortana that was in 5. And
Right.
after you play the game for some hours, you understand the story a little bit more. And the weapon is really a carbon copy of the original Cortana, just the one that blew everybody up.
Yeah.
So my point is, there's different sides to every tale. You just got to play it all the way through to understand.
Okay, so they explain something as it goes along, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
It is the carbon copy that never was.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or the alter ego version of what destroyed everybody in 5.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'll get to that point. I guess enough, and I guess that'll make sense.
That's why when you first meet her in Mission 3, you understand that she says that I was created to destroy her. That was the entire concept.
Right. You're talking about the one you got now, the AI you got now.
Yeah. The one I got is the carbon copy of what originally destroyed her.
Called the weapon. Right.
Yeah, but it is originally the younger version
of the
carbon copy.
I'm really loving it. I'm enjoying it.
Outer Zinc says the weapon is not a carbon copy of Cortana.
Yes.
Okay.
I can bring up that mission for you if you wish, but it is.
Okay.
It's just the younger version that didn't destroy everybody. So the original Cortana, she's dead, or she got destroyed, or no one knows where she is. But the weapon is the carbon copy Halsey made to infiltrate Cortana and kill her.
So we haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm pretty sure we all get our answers that we need as we get further down.
As you proceed through the game, the Harbinger and the actual whole concept of the Banished understand what the weapon is really for.
Oh, okay. Now what I do want to talk about is, I don't think that we ever talked about it, is that freaking trailer for the Halo series that's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that, but that looks actually really dope.
It looks freaking fantastic. It's $200 million worth fantastic with 10 episodes. So you're figuring each episode is about $20 million for each episode. And Steven Spielberg is still at the helms and the one behind it. And it's coming out, obviously for Paramount Plus here and then in Europe in Netflix and Paramount Plus. But we never really talked about it. If you guys want to talk about it, I think it looks freaking fantastic.
Wow, man.
And I hope they reach out with all the lores, the books and comics and even the animation that I have from Halo, the Halo Legend, I think it's called, the animation.
Yeah, I have it. The Steelbook.
Where they can intertwine all those lores, and it does well.
Right, Retro.
To continue to make more seasons.
Yeah.
I hope they really do that because it looks fantastic, and I love the way that it looks. I love the way Chief looks. And you can tell it's not cheap. It doesn't look like the Uncharted movie that Sony's trying to produce.
Hey, the guy that plays the voice, his name is Steve Downs.
Yes. Steve Downs, that's right. Stupid Hebot. I forgot.
All right, guys. That was good. Hebot. I'm glad that you're enjoying Halo Infinite so far of what you played of it, man. But on that note, guys, I guess we're going to get on out of here because there wasn't really that much to talk about. We pretty much covered a lot. on We Got Next, talking with our brother Unlimited and E-Rock earlier in the week. You know, guys, thanks for everybody for coming out, man. I really appreciate it, man. This was a kind of a what you say, Outer Zinc, before you leave? The weapon was special. What did he say?
The weapon is the counter carbon copy to kill Cortana. Cortana from 5 is already destroyed.
Oh.
But again, Halsey made the weapon as a carbon counter to the actual original thing that destroyed everybody. But she's a younger version of what did not destroy the planet. So think of the weapon as a Cortana that Chief never understood or never learned to actually know, because it's not the original one he originally had.
Okay.
That one is dead.
I guess there's a kind of a debacle on that, huh?
Yeah. But then as you progress through the story, you understand that the one from 5 was really in league with the Ben. I can destroy the entire campaign if I want, but I just don't wish to do that. So my point would be is that I know the entire story now, so I understand how they made the weapon really the younger, more perfectionist version of what was supposed to be Cortana. But Cortana got insane and she destroyed, half the universe.
Oh.
But the weapon is not the original Cortana. It's just a carbon version of what was. So Halsey was able to basically separate it from the original version of Cortana before it destroyed the entire universe and use it to counter copy it. And then the weapon was used to counter Cortana, bring it in, destroy it. Boom. But then no one deactivated the weapon, and that's how Chief found it.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by the Alpha podcast. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. We are going to do our sign outs, man. Real quick, your boy's just going to run through everybody that has joined us today in the Alpha chat, the Alpha Brothers. We got Outer Zinc. We got Retro Fusion. We had Fire Boss. We had, who else did we have? We had Phase 114. He came in and slid through for a few minutes. We had 9 Foot. ADOS, my brother Poseidon. Flip the Script, Flip Money. Infinite 100. He was in here. And we have, who else do we have? We have Rangy 4. He slided through saying what's up to everybody. Killer Shaven 82 was in here. He's always welcome. He's always here. I think we had, who else do we have? I think, is it KTJ Gaming? Hope I'm getting that right. Our brother came in and rocked out with us. And Channel was actually the first one in the live chat before we even started. And he said, Sega Man, happy Sunday. Thank you guys for coming by and joining us here on the Alpha podcast on a Sunday night. Yes. We will be back regular time Saturday. Your boy Sega Man had to take care of Christmas business. My son, we did a lot this weekend. You know what I'm saying? We was hanging out.
I saw you did your tree, Sega Man. That looks beautiful, by the way.
You see that, man?
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, man. My son, he wanted to do everything. He said, let me. I let him hook the lights up, everything. He's like an electronics dude now. I said, go ahead, just do it. So, we had a great time doing that, guys. And happy holidays to everybody out there. I hope everybody gets what they want for Christmas. But what I always say, man, it's better to give than receive. That's the way it should be, man. So happy holidays, everybody. We will be back our regular time on Saturdays. We do have a Christmas special coming up from our brother E-Rock, our Christmas special. I think me and he bought too. I think we're going to do some other things too before Christmas. Maybe we'll do a New Year's thing. We got to get the brothers together and talk. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to KTJ Gaming. What's up, brother? We're going to do some more things before the new year. We're probably going to do a show. I'm going to talk to Hebot about it, E-Rock, Unlimited, Tuck, and even T Reaper, our brother too. So look out for those shows coming up soon, guys. All right. So we're going to do our outros. First up, ODT Reaper, my brother. Tell the people and the brothers where they can find you, man.
Now we can basically find me straight up on a Halo lobby pretty much on a weekly basis. No, I'm still found on Xbox Live, ODT Reaper. I still have my Facebook. I'm off Twitter and my Instagram for right now. I will recreate them when I actually.
Thank you, Outer Zinc. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just on my I'm on my new shadow rig to actually play lobbies every single day. So
all right, man. All right.
But it was fun. I did enjoy that story. I loved it probably just as much as I loved 5. I like that it didn't actually cost me as much as Reach did. And then 4, 4 would be a close second to this story. But I liked the story. I liked all the bosses. I liked that the first boss took me at least 2 days to get around, but I actually did enjoy the entire immersion of the actual tale. And I like that, John actually matures. He actually has to think outside the box.
Thank you, Poseidon.
Yes, the weapon had to basically learn what she did not already know.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, next up is our brother Unlimited Productions, man. Thanks for coming and rocking out with us again, man. You can always check me, Unlimited, Hebot, and Tuckmaster on the Exile podcast, and on the Alpha. When he has time and he comes in, he comes in. My brother Unlimited, go check his channel out, the Unlimited Truth Podcast, and always watch. He got great videos, fire videos, pickups, everything going on. If you guys didn't see it, you need to go watch his video of the I don't have it yet, the Halo Special Edition Metal 10 you get for the game. I did not get that yet. I do want to get that, and I will get it, hopefully. You know what I mean? But go check him out, man. He has a great channel, man. So on that note, Unlimited, my brother, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you as always for the wonderful show. And you can find me, like you said, my channel, Unlimited Production. Just everybody enjoy your holidays. Thank you for having me on, as always, Sega, man. It's always great to hang out with the crew, and I hope you guys enjoy
always,
the rest
brother.
of your weekend.
I got to get on my brother Unlimited Truths podcast, man. I haven't been able to, but Unlimited, I'm going to be having off starting Christmas Eve. I'm off Christmas Eve, but I'm going to be off until the 3rd of January. So
okay, you got a nice break coming up.
Yeah, so if you want, when you do another show, you can invite me through the Facebook or whatever. I'd like to come on because I know Hebot's been on, Tuck's been on, and I definitely want to come on and rock out with you, man, on the podcast, man. So
definitely.
Let me know. Just whenever you're ready, just send me an invite, brother, and I'll come in because I want to come out and rock out with you on your podcast, man.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll definitely do so.
Definitely, and happy holidays to your family, man.
Yeah, same to yours.
Thank you, brother. On that note, DJ Ek, Tuckmaster, the Smoke Bone King. What's up, man?
Not much, fella. Just taking it easy, man.
Give your shots
just
out,
watching a little TV and all that stuff. Hey, y'all. We need to just say a special prayer for the people in West Kentucky. That tornado really ripped. That tornado really did rip them. Ripped through the whole entire place.
Yeah.
They estimating it was number like one tornado went through the town. It destroyed like 250 miles. Just one tornado.
Oh man.
Man, so we gotta say a prayer for them people, man. There's no water. That whole town is just destroyed.
Yeah, I hope
no water, no nothing. The place that they had to go to, like refuge and everything, that is gone. All of it's gone.
Yeah.
So let's just say a special prayer for them people out there in West Kentucky and people, how many times we got to discuss about the COVID virus thing. Please wear your masks. Please wear your masks. Right now, I'm in the dead bone in the dead bones of the whole doggone thing because I work at the hospital. Dude, I'll probably this. When I went to work Thursday on my last day, we had maybe like 8 people that had the COVID virus. I went back to work today. We got a total of 15 people in the hospital right now. So people, if you don't want to turn around and get the shot, please wear your mask. Because at the end of the doggone day, I know it's all about, these people, these rich people want to keep on getting richer. but they ain't gonna care about you. They ain't gonna pay your hospital bill at all. So I don't understand why all these people's in the stands doing stupid stuff. I mean, I just don't understand it. So, but no, that's all I got to say about that, fellas. But this your boy DJ Tugmaster.
All right.
You can reach me on Instagram, Xbox. You can always reach me with these good group of fellows that I'm always talking to on the podcast. We are close knit family. If y'all talk about one of us, y'all talk about all of us. So, that's all I got to say about that, y'all.
All right, Tuck. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming and rocking out with us again on the Alpha Podcast. Last but not least, my brother from another mother, Hebot, the most powerful gamer, man. Hey, Hebot, my brother, has done some great videos. I hope you guys seen the video he did of the Xbox sneakers, man. Those things are fire. You know what I'm saying? I want a pair now. You know what I mean? He does great videos. You know what I'm saying? He does just great topics and things that are going on, in his opinion, about people out here, out here in these gaming streets, man. So go check out Toys in My Closet. Go check out his stream videos and support your brother, Hebot, man. Hebot, tell the people, man, where they can find you.
Yeah, like always, you can find me, here on my channel. But real quick before, if I may, I know it's already been a little while. I want to take the time out to kind of point something out about a gentleman in the community that we definitely don't talk to because, they don't reach out to us and stuff like that. But
yeah,
video games are for fun, and console warring has always been for fun, right? But people's lives, or a human being, or life in general, is priceless. It's something that's very different, on a very different level. And when it comes to life itself, it's something that we should never take for granted. And the guy that created that Pegasus Nation thing, the Autonomous Code,
yes,
I think 2 weeks ago had a stroke. And he was said to be in stable condition, but I think today his family or his wife reported that he's even worse. He's more non-responsive, and it's not looking good, basically.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think we should take out the time, even though he's a gentleman that never talked to me, and I don't agree with what he used to do. Don't hate the guy because I don't know him personally, but I've seen him. He always had hot takes, like crazy stuff. But maybe that was just part of his personality. As a real human being, I don't know. He could be a great person, and I don't know him. But I think we should take out the time and just say a prayer for him and his family in our own time, in our own way, just to show respect and just to show that it's not just about this fan base stuff that we do or console warring thing that we do. Because at the end of the day, it is for fun, right? And yes, people take it out of content and make it toxic. And maybe he might be a part of it. Maybe I've been part of it. But I would never wish anybody harm's way unless they harm someone in my family, something personal, right?
Yeah.
In that nature, something serious, right? But even then, God says don't do that. So I think we should really just say a prayer for him and his family, because I would hate to hear that something happened to him or that he passed or that he didn't make it, because at the today is him, but tomorrow could be me, or tomorrow could be my boy Sega Man, or E-Rock, or my boy Unlimited, or Tuck, or even T Reaper. And I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, especially people that are genuinely good people. So what if we disagree? That's not the point. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I appreciate that, Ego.
Yeah. So you guys, you can find me here on my channel, on Twitter and Instagram under C_respect, and on Twitter under most powerful gaming historian, on Xbox Live under Hebot, obviously 8, and Nintendo Switch, and on PSN. For those that want to hit me up there, you can reach me on Alpha from Sky, on my channel under Hebot, and as always on the Exile, on the Unlimited Truth podcast, on the Xbox Got No Games podcast, on the Alpha podcast, and the We Got Next podcast, with all of my brothers that host and rock out with on their channels. I rock out with them because those are all my homes. That's how I consider it. That's how we, treat each other and feel for one another. So yeah, guys, it's been a great pocket, great show as always. And we always find some way to talk about stuff, even if it's regurgitated, even if other people talk about it. It's always fun because we got T. Reaper's point of view, Chuck Max's point of view, and that's all that matters, And I was able to talk about Halo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I felt so lost that day. I felt like I left out because all you guys get to play it, and I ain't play it yet. So I finally got to play it. So that's the cool part. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Again, thank you for coming to the Xbox Alpha podcast and rocking out with my brothers on here. You know what I'm saying? It's all about fun, playing games. You know what I'm saying? Just rocking out with Xbox, man. We are Xbox on here. We love Xbox, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're always going to rock out our brand. We're always going to fight the good fight. He bought me, T Reaper, Unlimited, E-Rock, 100, 100 Infinite. That's my name for him now. And thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out with us again, man. And come and join us and check us out on our other podcasts, man. Have a good night. Remember,
like Master Chief always says, wear your mask. Goddamn,
wear your mask. Wash your hands and wash your ass, and be good. All right.
Like Master Chief, Master Chief always says, we must continue the fight.
Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die. We're eating good over here. Peace.